Hey everybody, greetings from beautiful Ireland, where when the sun shines, it's probably one of the most magnificent places on earth. Today, bright blue skies, beautiful weather. I am just so happy to be here. And I want to take a moment and just do a little walk around the garden, see what plants have made it, which ones are maybe struggling, how they're doing, because I've been gone for 2 months and there's been complete neglect. Weeds are everywhere, so please realize that this is not a garden looking at its best, but hopefully over the next couple weeks we can get this place shaped up and looking good again, fingers crossed. Hey, we'll give you more updates on our travels and all that kind of stuff, but we'll do that in a behind the scenes video. Today, it's all about the plants in the yard, so here goes. So I will start here down at the end of the driveway where my Escallonia hedge is sending up some blooms. So I think I had trimmed this in the June or so. So I'm glad to see that it's doing okay. I do have some leaf spot and yellow leaves on here, but that's kind of been the case with it since I got it. So we'll just go with it. And hopefully the wind isn't too bad. It's a little blustery. When we look over here, this is my strawberry tree, which is in bloom. I always thought it bloomed early in the season, but apparently it blooms late. And it just has these really unusual flowers. I don't remember the actual name of it. And it's been doing okay here. It's actually filled out quite a bit, especially in the last couple of years. So very happy to see that. If we pop around the gate, you'll see tons of weeds, so just try to ignore those. But what you will see also is my little lime punch panicle hydrangea. And you can just appreciate how it gets its good color already. So this is just planted, so not a lot of time to establish, and I'm happy with it. Looks like the deer though did get a little nip on him. We don't usually get deer here, but we did notice on the camera that there were deer very recently, so that's unfortunate. Meanwhile, the Laurel hedge, that has put on tons of new growth, so I'm going to be giving it a good topping off. I have a feeling I'm going to need to get a pole hedger though, because down in the sunken garden, it is really hard and dangerous for me to get that trimmed up. So I'm going to look at that. You might notice I do have all these holes in here. I believe that's caused by a fungus. They call it like a shotgun fungus. You can spray for it, but I'm not usually here to do it. It doesn't hurt the plant, so I just kind of let it do its thing, and it's never really bothered it at all. The maple tree that we had planted when we were here in the summer seems to be doing okay. It's changed its color now. I love the color on this plant. We had gotten this when we were visiting our friends over in Limerick, and I love the color when we planted it, but these reds and purples and limes are stunning, and I can't wait to just pull out all these weeds so that we can enjoy it even more. Same thing with this flame grass. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but looks fantastic. And then look at the beautiful viburnum. These are doing so well. They've grown a lot. The leaves are nice and healthy for the most part. I have a couple yellow ones, but I'm not even worried about that. And look how some of them are getting a rebloom, and some of them were blooming when, this summer. Some of them I think had been trimmed at the nursery, so, they kind of just now are starting to put their blooms in, but we're getting these ones that are blooming now. The ones that had bloomed earlier got these berries on them. I'm very, very, very happy with this. There is one that looks a little sickly, but we'll just give it, the winter to kind of adjust. But this thing is looking fantastic. I can't wait to get these weeds out of here so that I don't have to look at them anymore. And then we'll go down over here to where I transplanted all those roses. And it's really hard to tell how they're doing. They're all alive, but they kind of look the same as when I had planted them. So we'll see what they look like next season. They might not be happy. I notice in this hawthorn tree, I do have a lot of ivy growing up it. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to tackle the ivy or not and remove it. That's pretty common here. I do love the fact that this hawthorn gets these beautiful red berries as well. So that's always fun. And hey, take a look at this crocosmia. It's a nice golden colored one, and it looks like it did really well. I planted it up this summer and did great, but the plant that's really doing well is this, how do you pronounce this, Astromeria. New blooms on it. When I planted it, it was kind of, I think it was just like three, like this thing that was laying down, this one, and maybe this one. Now I think there's a lot of new growth. Look at these, are going to be new blooms as well. So this is looking really good. I'm very happy with it. If this does well, hey, that might be what just gets planted in here. I'd love that, because that is just such a nice plant. Lots of weeds in here, but overall, like the surface of this area does not have as many weeds as what I've had to deal with in the past. So I'm happy about that. It looks like when our neighbor, he kind of trims the grass, looks like he came in here and took care of some of that for me, which is very nice of him. Crocosmia again, kind of done now. This is all going to just die back, and then in the spring I just pull the old dead stuff off. This lily, holy smokes, got huge. I mean, bigger than my finger, super sturdy. So that's beautiful. I do need to clean out again around these willows. This grass just takes over around here, so I gotta be careful. Oh, look, this euphorbia I had to trim it back. Looks like this is all new growth in here. So this thing is doing well. The other two that I planted several years ago didn't make it. But this one looks better than ever. So that's great. All these weeds. This is my smoke bush, and there's brambles growing in amongst it in grass. So I got to get that out of there. I think that's a Nyphophia or red hot poker plant. So I really do like that one, but it's never bloomed for me yet. I have another holly. Lots of new growth on the holly, which is great to see. This area. Mess. I got to get rid of that attempt at a fire pit. This is a honeysuckle right here. That seems to be doing okay. I'm trying to train it to grow up the hill, but it likes to grow down the hill. There's another one over here, and then all this needs to be cleaned up at some point. Over here, this is the Portuguese laurel, which is doing okay. It'll definitely do better if I can get it cleared out and the grass out of there. That's the one with the darker leaves. And then look how big these fuchsias got. These look so good. Like, they've really grown a lot. I had trouble with fuchsia before, but they must like the little bit of protection here. And fuchsia grow like weeds here. So if I can get these fuchsia to survive, I'd be very happy to have fuchsia in my garden. Oh, got a little bit of heather or heath over here. Let's see, more crocosmia. This was, I think, some kind of dogwood or something like that. Now, this time of year, this black lace elderberry doesn't look like much, but oh, look, it is reblooming. It seems like a lot of things are reblooming over here, which I don't always expect. And then this is all wild roses, and I love the rose hips on these roses. They're really quite extraordinary. You know, they're just, this one gets a really good rose hip. Here's another variety of crocosmia. Gets two colors. I don't think these were around they weren't blooming this summer when I was here. So I'm glad to see that they took and that we got a unique color out of these. And then this is another holly. Oh, over here, I'm really happy to see that my two Spirea that I transplanted. So this one was here. These two were up over on that hillside over there. I transplanted them. This one was looking a little rough, but it looks like it's going to come through. So that's nice to see that doing so well. This is my petunia. Looks like the bugs have been eating it like crazy. I just tucked it here for now, so I'm not expecting anything from it, but hey, it survived. And then these are some of the climbing hydrangeas that I had popped in here. And so I have two here. Sorry for all this mess. Another one here. Liam's rose. Let's see how it's doing. Doesn't have any, oh yeah, it has some new growth, so I'll get this cleaned up. We don't want all these weeds around it, but it looks like it did okay. So I'm happy to see that. My boxwood hedge looking good. Lots of new growth, like tons of new growth compared to when I left. Now we're going to pop over here. So this one is my more established climbing hydrangea. It's doing great. I'm so happy to see this thing just filling out, growing upwards. It's flowering. It's doing all the things we want it to. This is the rose that pretty much died back this year. It's okay. I mean, it's got new growth. It's doing pretty good. Those are gladiolas that we had planted. I don't know if those come back here or not. That looks a little rough, but it's still doing okay. This is another lily, and I think I'm going to put this down by the other one just because they seem to do better down there. There's more sunlight for them. This is all mint growing in here, so I need to get that cleaned out. That mint gets crazy. This is the, what do you call it? Black or red currant, and so that needs a cleanup. I mean, there's nettles in here. There's all kinds of stuff. So a stilby. That is a peony, which seems to be doing okay. This here is a plectranthus, variegated variety. I just tucked it in this summer. Another peony, and look at this. The lupine is in bloom. Bright pink bloom on there. It looked like those are some nice flower heads. When we planted it, it was kind of beat up from kind of some movement and stuff. That's all new growth that came on there. Look at new flowers are coming. Hey, I cannot complain about that. Let's take a look back here. There's a lot of messes back here as well, so please ignore some of that. So this is some jasmine. That's my fennel, I think. That's kind of needs a little cleanup. But when we go back around here, I planted a bunch of laurels, and it looks like they all have taken really well. And after I planted them, I did snip them all back so that they get nice and full. And I'm very happy to see that they've got good branching going on in here. And I'm not going to worry too much about weeding in this area. Looks like there's some daisies and grasses and that type of stuff growing in here. These laurels eventually are going to get big enough to shade out the other plants, so I'm not too panicked. I might give these a little bit of a trim when I'm trimming other stuff. These other plants here were all things that I had just taken cuttings and popped them in here. So I, because they even though they're kind of wonky, I'm so happy that they had survived. This holly came from that same kind of cutting. This thing has gotten absolutely huge. It doesn't get me berries. I don't have a good pollinator for it, I guess. I bought some plants that I thought would be pollinators, but they didn't work. And this is a rough looking hedge right now, especially this time of year. Definitely look better in the summer, but I'm not too worried about it. And then let's just pop down the walkway over here. So again, the wild roses doing just fine. Now I had just stuck in some wild roses in here. I don't know if any of them took. I might have to do it now. Might be a better time for me to put these in because I don't see any leaves on any of these. So I don't think any of them took when I put them in this summer, which is fine. That's not a big deal. But I did want to stop over here at is it the heather or the heath that blooms this time of year? Beautiful pink color. And then you also get this new growth or whatever. I'm not even sure if that's new growth or why there's some parts that are lime. This is not a plant that I've grown anywhere back home, so I have no idea what's going on with it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's just such a nice burst of color this time of year. I did have another little lime punch hydrangea. Clearly the deer have been nibbling on it, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. And I had somewhere over here, where did it go? Oh, here. This was a pink Annabelle hydrangea, so I don't know if that's alive or dead now. Well, doesn't really matter. But hey, lots of stuff going on. And we do have a tradesman who was here about an hour from the time we had gotten here. We don't waste any time getting stuff done around here. So I am so glad I got a little bit done in the yard. And as I was doing that, I found some other things, and I wanted to bring Liam over so he could check out exactly the things I saw, because I was surprised there were things that I forgot about.
Is it an antique?
No, it's plants.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Plants. More plants.
So over here is the passion flower that I planted up, and it's doing really well, and it's perennial here. So I'm hoping it takes and we can train it up the wall. The flower was open yesterday, but once it got dark, it closed up. But it seems to be doing pretty good, right?
Yeah, you never told me it opened up. I would have come and looked at it.
Well, it was getting late and you were very, very busy. Then over here, so I already have the one jasmine. This is a white jasmine that's growing up, and I'm going to have to get it, keep training it upwards.
That's doing really well.
Yeah, so that's been a really nice bloomer for us too. And over here, I had planted this yellow jasmine in here in part because I was nervous about this wisteria. This wisteria just has been such a slow grower.
And it's been there a long time, and it just doesn't.
So One thing I noticed though is I do have this giant bit of wisteria that I'm going to train up as well. But this part here is doing really, I mean, it's really sturdy. So I just need to make sure that I get it kind of closer to the wall.
I think so. I think that's too much wind coming around the corner. And
And then over here, don't mind this area here, I forgot that we had this mock orange tucked in here as well. And I didn't even see it till I cleaned it up because it was covered in grass.
Was that from this summer?
Yeah.
We put, very nice.
So I'm thrilled about that. And down here, the euonymus is doing quite well. I mean, I gotta weed it.
That was the stuff that was dying, right?
Yeah, it was almost completely dead. Looks like I've got to take care of this a little better.
Yes, you do.
But I can do that. We did have one lost, so the one here at the end looks
what about
like
this?
That one
this one's coming up. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that one there. You were just pointing to that one. Yeah, I just got to weed around it. This one is dead. So I'll pull that one out, but then I can have a nice spot to put something else if I wanted to.
Yeah, like a climbing rose bush.
Oh dear, maybe. Speaking of climbing rose bushes, but before we go to the climbing rose bushes, Liam, let's go over here. These are the laurels that we planted.
Did you plant those? Were they sticks or did you?
No, these were planted, but then these here were all just sticks that I stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
And so far, they're still there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Yeah. And then I got to get this weeded up a little bit.
Yes, he does, folks.
But then down over here.
Wow, look at the weeds.
Yeah, but your rose, it is alive, Liam.
Yeah.
It is definitely alive, so I just got to get the weeding done.
But is it surrounded by weeds, I see?
It is, I'm sorry. That'll be taken care of maybe tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that big one you could pull out right now while we're here.
Those have really big roots, so I'm going to have to get the shovel for that kind.
All right. What else, Corey?
Well, I did go on the hunt for our monkey puzzle tree, and it is missing in action. I don't know what happened to it.
I have one down there.
I know, it's not that, well, I couldn't find it. I didn't get that whole area cleaned up, but I can't find it.
Who stole our monkey puzzle tree?
It must not have made it. I don't know.
No, it was there. It was there when we left 2 months ago.
I know. It's really strange. Maybe it's still there and I just didn't see it.
Oh, well, otherwise we're going to get another one.
Well, we will be. That's true. Okay, so I think that's all for now.
That's all for now.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.